The thesis of the Mizrahi as to why Rashi adopts a non-Pshuta Shel Mikra interpretation for the Iver of Vayikra 19:14 is because Rashi, adopted a similar approach with respect to the interpretation of the Cheresh in this very same pasuk. This thesis is challenged by the Rebbe on two counts. While a surface reading of the two commentaries of Rashi might reflect similar approaches with respect to text interpretation, a closer reading of each of the two situations will reveal fundamental differences between them. That fundamental difference lies in the fact that in his commentary to the Cheresh, Rashi, in adopting the interpretation of the Torah Kohanim, expands the prohibition. In contrast, with the Iver, Rashi amends, changes the definition of the Iver from somebody who is physically blind, reinterpreting it to refer to somebody who is blind to certain situations that could affect his or her health and well-being. In the words of Rashi, the prohibition refers to an Iver who is summa b'davar, blind to a particular matter that might eventuate. The example brought by Rashi is one is prohibited from giving financial advice to somebody who is unaware of the potential loss that might result from that advice, a situation of borderline fraud. Using the terminology raised previously regarding the letter and the spirit of the law, while both interpretations of Rashi move away from a literal letter of the law reading of the text, nevertheless, when Rashi amends and redefines the Iver, he is without a doubt rejecting the letter of the law. Whereas in the case of the Cheresh, where he expands the limitation of the prohibition to include uttering a curse against anybody, technically this is not a violation of the letter of the law. So that problem number one, with the explanation offered by the Mizrahi in attempting to provide a justification for the changes that Rashi makes to the Pshuta Shel Mikra of Iver as somebody who is physically blind, in favor of an interpretation that reads the Iver as one who is summa b'davar, based upon the similarity to Rashi's approach to the Cheresh, is untenable because each of the respective interpretations are moving in opposite directions. His commentary to the Cheresh expands and includes his commentary to the Iver reject the Pshuta Shel Mikra.